It has been a while since I've been on YouTube properly, like properly. I have officially moved into a new apartment. Then we get into life in general. So yeah, man.
Not trying to be in there, not trying to be cool, just trying to be in this. Tell me, are you too?
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. For those of you who aren't aware, I am a digital creator, and for those of you who have subscribed in the last couple of months and you haven't kind of seen any newish content, I'm so sorry about that, but thank you for subscribing to my channel. And if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I would really appreciate it. And yes, let's get into this video. I'm very excited about it. It is a life update, as you would have seen from the title. So there are a few things that are not that exciting to speak about, but I am excited to be kind of back on YouTube a little bit more consistently. It has been a time, as we can all imagine, because we've all been living through it. It has been a time. So filming YouTube videos has kind of been on the back burner, but it is something that I have decided to prioritize now because I'm starting to feel a little bit more myself. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So I just thought I would sit down with you guys and kind of give you an update of what's been happening in my life in the last couple of months, how I've been feeling and what is coming up. So I hope that you have your cup of tea, cup of coffee, you're snuggled up on either the couch or the bed, and you enjoy this video. Okay, let's start with the first thing, which kind of may be a little bit obvious, the setting. I have moved to a new apartment. As you would have seen on my YouTube channel, I have an apartment tour that I did last year. And I have since moved from that apartment for various reasons, but the main one being that, unfortunately, I was broken into. Is that even the correct English? They broke into my flat while I was at work earlier this year. It was very sad because they did take a number of things, and those were very valuable to me, both like emotionally, I guess, but also monetarily, as yeah, it was quite expensive things, namely like laptop, etc. So yeah, that's what happened, and that was, I think, the main reason for moving. I was going to move after my lease was up, but it wasn't up for another couple of months. So it wasn't something that was consistently like, okay, like I was looking for new places because yeah, I wasn't very happy, but yeah, the way things transpired just were very sad. It wasn't something that I ever expected to happen per se, because I felt kind of safe. I didn't feel like anything like that would have happened, but yeah, things do happen, and I do believe that things happen for a reason, and I'm here now, which I feel like may have been the biggest push and the biggest reason for certain things transpiring the way that they did. So yeah, I'm in a new apartment and I'm very happy about it. Much bigger space. The previous place was a bachelor. It was very small. I think the biggest part of that apartment, like standalone, was the bathroom. It was quite a big size bathroom for the space, but the space itself, because it's the kitchen, the bedroom, everything all in one, it was quite small. So I'm very happy to be where I am now. I have a separate living room, I have a separate kitchen, I have a separate bathroom, I have a separate bedroom. It's not big for some people, but for me, because I am just me, it is quite a big space, and it's nice to have separate spaces for separate things. And it's coming along really well. The living room is almost complete. as well as the bedroom is also almost complete. I actually ordered new bedding last night, really nice bedding, which you'll probably see on Instagram. A lot of you may have seen some snippets of my apartment on Instagram, like the kitchen. But I did want to just say that I will not be posting or making or filming a new apartment tour. I just feel like I would like to have my own private space. I don't want to say that it has anything to do with the fact that they did break into my previous place. Somewhat so, but also not really. I feel very, very safe and secure where I am now. It is a complex. There are lots of buildings, lots of flats, lots of people around me. Very safe, secure complex with security 24 hours. There are cameras everywhere. And I just feel really good about it as well. I'm surrounded by people, surrounded by kids who are always playing. A little bit noisy at times, but what's the fun in being in a complex if there aren't going to be kids laughing and playing and stuff like that? You may hear them in the background right now. They're running up and down the stairs, and the stairs are quite loud. But yeah, I feel really, really good where I am. I'm really happy. I'm in kind of like I don't know how to explain it, like a great place right now in my life. I say right now, but like I'm in a great place in my life. That's such a weird thing to say right now. Scrap the right now. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm very happy. But yeah, I just think that the decision not to film an apartment tour, it wasn't one that I took lightly. It was very exciting for me to film the apartment tour that I did before. It was my first place. It was very exciting. Also wanted to show some small space hacks, how you can store certain things and how you can place certain things to maximize your space and make it look great even though it is a small space. But yeah, for this one, I don't think I would like to. I kind of made the decision. I'm at peace with the decision. I'm very happy with the decision. And yeah, I'll show you sections of the place like on Instagram, mostly on stories, but I won't be filming a full run through of the apartment, just to kind of keep it a little bit private and my space, and also just to keep in mind that I am in a complex with a lot of other people around who may not want other people to see where they stay and all sorts of things and all of that. But yeah, that's that on that basically. And then we get into the life section of the update, which is basically the main section of it. Without getting into a very long thing, because I have already uploaded a video about lockdown and how I felt and everything. Obviously it is a couple of months later now, and my feelings have changed a little bit. Some are still the same, but there are certain that have kind of like evolved. Now that we are, I don't even know how many months later, we're in the 6th, 7th month of the year, and I have to say this year hasn't gone the way that I expected it to go in a lot of ways. Not just the fact that we're currently in a pandemic, but I feel like there were so many expectations from this year from myself, that I'm a little bit glad to have the time to slow down and actually think about my life in a different light, and to appreciate a lot of the smaller things in my life that I kind of a little bit took for granted. I know you may have seen a lot of this on people's Instagram captions or maybe in other videos, but it is something that's very, very important to think about, and to kind of just appreciate about the way that this year has gone. I'm not taking away from the fact that it is very, very difficult to be in the time that we're in right now. Emotionally, it has taken a big toll, and mentally, and it's just made me shift my mindset, shift the way I do things, shift the way that I operate in some instances, and it's made me think of a few aspects of my life. There are certain things that obviously are a lot more harder to accept and a lot more harder to implement, but those are always a work in progress. We are always a work in progress. But yeah, now that it's a couple of months later from like the first couple of weeks of lockdown in end of March, beginning of April-ish, it's real. It's real. I laugh, but like, what can we do? We laugh through the pain, I guess. It's very, very real, especially when it kind of directly affects you, when you know people who have it, when you know people who have had it, who have survived, God willing, and those who unfortunately have succumbed to it, and knowing friends of friends who are affected, and it's a lot more different, and it feels a lot more different, and the feelings are heightened when it's closer to home. I know a lot of you may be dealing as well with people who have it. You may have had it yourself. You may have lost a loved one, and I'm deeply sorry, and I stand with you, and it's just, yeah, it's emotionally very, very difficult. I know myself, it's been a bit of a big stress, because yeah, my dad works in a company where quite a number of people had it. Luckily, when he went for his test, it was negative. My brother went back to school, and that was a big stress because he has chest issues, or respiratory issues. So it was a little bit of a stress for me, just thinking like, is he okay? I can't even imagine like what goes through a mother's head, because I know my mom, as strong as she is, she was quite worried, and yeah, it's just been like a lot. It's crazy to think, because in the beginning of lockdown, it was very scary, it was very anxiety inducing, it was confusing, but because it hadn't really directly affected people, I knew it was like, I don't know what's happening, like it was like what's happening, like what is this, like how does it feel, what like am I gonna get it type of thing. And now that like it does directly affect you, it like shifts you so quickly, from like paranoia and confusion to like survival mode, and this is what needs to be done. This is what you have to do each night. Make sure that you take your vitamins, this, that, like all of that, and just making sure that you have like multiple masks, not just one mask. Make sure you always have your mask. Make sure you have like, I think I have like 1 million sanitizers in my car at the moment, and just and it's not like you're being overboard or you're doing too much or whatever. Like, it's important to be precautious, and to be cautious, especially in a time where now we're going back to work. I'm back to work now, not full time, but we are filming and doing things, and you go into the shops a lot more frequently and stuff like that. So it is very, very important to be aware of certain things, and all of that. And yeah, it's crazy. I have to say that it did take a bit of a toll on me wanting to do the things that I wanted to do. So this is kind of just a segue into the last update that I want to speak about, which is basically YouTube and podcast, Instagram, and just content creation in general. It took a bit of a halt. I started my podcast, and I was very excited about that. I planned lots of content. There's actually an episode now that had already been, we recorded it, but I wasn't in the mental space to edit and upload, and I didn't feel like it would be right for me to do so at the time, because I wouldn't give it the attention that it needed. So emotionally and mentally, it did take a toll on me, and I didn't think it was fair for me to keep on pumping out the content that I feel like would translate online as is she okay type of thing. You never want that, and you never want to put something out just for the sake of putting it out. I'm not that type of person. If I don't believe in something, if I don't feel something, I don't do it. Otherwise, it's going to translate to the other person who's supposed to be consuming it as what is happening, or they're gonna see it as bad or whatever, and it's not even that. It's just like, I guess it is that bad because there wasn't heart put into it, there wasn't thought put into it, because it's just things that are put out there, and I don't ever want to do that. So I wasn't in the right mental state to pump out content and create content and plan content and be the person that I am at the time. And I felt it was okay for me to just take a break and just be present where I needed to be present. So throughout lockdown, I was lucky enough to be able to still be working from home. And as much as that was also a lot, because you're at home and because you need to cater to people, you need to work 10 times harder to reach people, to be there for people, to show people that you do care and that you're there for them. It in itself was its own thing that I didn't want to add more things to it that would overwhelm me. So yeah, that's basically why I wasn't like able to create content, even though I could have. I do work well under pressure and having a lot of things on my plate and all of that, but I knew that if I did that, I would literally just overflow. I would burst, and not overflow in a great way, just like burst, and that was something that I genuinely did not want. So now that I've kind of eased into what needs to be done, I don't want to say routine because we've heard the word routine too many times in these couple of months, and there's honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, there's no such thing as a routine right now. Take each day as it comes, and that for me right now is enough. That's really good enough, and that's okay for me to take each day as it comes, to take each task as it comes, to do things in my own pace and own race. That's my mantra for this week: own pace, own race. Because yeah, it takes a toll on you, honestly, not just mentally and emotionally, but physically as well. And it's really important to kind of recognize those things, and to find ways to deal with those things in a way that's for the betterment of your well-being and those around you as well. So now I'm kind of back into like my little groove, and I'm so happy to be back on YouTube. I'm so happy to be able to edit my podcast episodes, and to just to be back in full swing. I'm very, very excited about that. So I'll have a new podcast episode up very, very soon. I need to edit it really well. So I'm going to be editing that, and yeah, just releasing more content. I've got some content in the works already, which is really, really exciting. And yeah, I'm just very, very excited to get back into the swing of things. I'm wearing makeup today for the first time in 8 months. I don't wear makeup in general, like on a daily basis. I normally wear it probably once a week. Well, this was before lockdown, probably once a week when I would be filming. Even that, if I'm not filming, I don't wear makeup, so I barely wore makeup anyway. And so today I'm wearing makeup for the first time in such a long time. I was supposed to be living my best set life, but the weather had its own plans today. So yeah, I just thought, while I look like this, why don't I film this video today? Because I had been planning this video for such a long time. I was supposed to film this video quite a while ago, but yeah, life has been happening. But now I think everything works out. You see what I said in the beginning? Everything works out the way it's supposed to, and things happen for a reason. So now is the opportune time for me to film this video. So yeah, that's basically it. More content coming. All of the greatness. I've been really enjoying just doing kind of like not cinematic, but kind of like cinematic-y B-roll type of things, because that's where my passion lies. I'd love to create documentaries sometime in the future. Not right now, sometime in the future. I'd love to do it right now, that would be great. But I think I just need to, yeah, season a little bit more in my craft, and then I will honestly like put out stellar documentaries. So yeah, that's where my passion lies. So that's why a lot of my content is not a lot of like sit down and talking and stuff like that and whatever. I'm more of like, I film the videos, I'm not that much in them, but yeah, I'm gonna be a lot more hands-on in that. I'm probably gonna release a lot more IGTVs than YouTube videos, because there are a lot of like skincare things that I'd like to do, and I don't want my YouTube to be saturated with skincare videos. So I'm probably gonna put a lot of those on IGTV. So I'm very, very excited about that, because that's a whole different like platform. It's its own little like vibe and its own little thing. So I'm very excited to kind of play around with that platform, and release a lot more videos here, like lookbooks and stuff like that, and just like adventures, like chasing the sun and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very, very excited, and I hope that you are too. I don't want to take up any more of your time, because this has been a bit of a long video, and I'm sorry for my long videos. I know I talk a lot. I know that you guys say that I talk a lot, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, I talk a lot. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed kind of hearing a little bit more about what's been happening. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy and really appreciative for the gift of life, and to be able to still appreciate the little things in life and just do things that spark joy. That's what I'm currently focusing on, and it's honestly been the best thing. So yeah, without taking up too much of your time, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, whichever day it is that you are watching this video. Enjoy that day. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on Instagram, and then I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, goodbye. Oh, okay, take 4. Let's go. Okay, Amanda, you got this. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Okay.